Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we are here for another R. Kelly update. This is part 15 of the our series that we have going on, and it has been a while since I've done an update. It's actually been I think about 3 weeks, just life happening. If you guys are into weekend projects, I did just upload a video about how to quickly take a thin set when you remove a concrete floor. So I am doing some work on my house, which is why I haven't been able to do the videos as frequently. And then also I want to try and do some different videos. So if you're interested in going to Cuba or have been to Cuba or are planning to go to Cuba, I did upload 2 videos from my trip to Cuba. I actually went to Cuba for Christmas this past December, and so one video I'm actually talking and telling you guys about the trip, and then in the second video is just a video photo album where I just dumped all the pictures and videos that I took from the trip and put it into one video. So please check that out. They're putting restrictions on Cuba where they're really limiting how many people can travel to Cuba. They're putting more restrictions on it because Donald Trump is upset about the Cuban government helping the people in Venezuela, because they have like a coup going on, and I can't remember if Donald Trump supports the old regime or if he's in support of the new regime. Child, I can't keep up with it. Enough foolishness going on over here in the U.S. That I ain't got time to be worried about Cuba. But if I do get the opportunity to go back, I would love to go back to Cuba. So check those videos out. What else? Oh, and then I did a video about being Mary Jane. They finally showed the season finale or the series finale movie. So I did review the movie. If you want to check that out. If you guys like Kaya, from the Queen's Court, she started this new platform where you have to pay to go on her website to see the guy going live. If you're familiar with that, you can check that video out, and I'll actually be doing an update of that video. But right now, we are here to talk about Mr. Robert Kelly.
Because tonight I'm full of fire, baby. Oh yeah, and you're the only one. My heart beats. Man, y'all motherfuckers off key, man. Y'all motherfuckers off key.
As you saw in the little video that I just showed, Mr. Kelly doesn't seem to be bothered too much about his legal issues. He's living his best life. He's hanging out with friends. People are always saying everybody's abandoned him. He's all by himself. And I think people have this image in their head that he's just sitting up in the Trump Tower looking at Azrael and Jocelyn and the security guards, and like he doesn't have a life, that he's not going out doing things. So last weekend, I believe it was, a guy posted a video on Instagram where they were actually at a club, and he did a little performance at the club, and it was a private party. And then last night he was at the home of a friend at a party. And you guys, if you want to stay up to date on what's going on with R. Kelly, you need some encouragement and some inspiration and just some good posts, follow Kel's Nation on Twitter. It's at Kel's Nation on Twitter, and they, I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, but I believe it's a man. But anyway, whoever's running that page, they do keep you up to date and informed on what is going on. And I do thank them for allowing me to post the videos from last night. So you guys know R. Kelly was in court today.
Girl, she better come on and get her phone. Let them go. Look at you. Watch the phone. They all in their mind, face and stuff, y'all. Oh my God, I gotta go lock up all. I hear side go in right here. It said no cell phone. He over there. He to the left. Huh? He to the left.
Yeah, that's us with the crowd of people on the corner.
And then, guys, you know the Surviving R. Kelly, The Impact aired on Saturday night. Did any of you watch it? I know I did not watch it, so you won't be getting a recap video from me on that show. I just could not sit through it. But I did check. The ratings came out today. And according to several sources, only 428,000 people watched it. And remember, they kept touting that 26 million people watched the docuseries Surviving R. Kelly. Now, keep in mind that that 26 million was total for the entire 6-part series. So if you break that down, really only maybe 4.5 million people watched each episode, each of the 6 parts that they aired. So although that 26 million is a big number for Lifetime, it's not a big number for a lot of stations, because when you think about it, when Empire debuted, it debuted at like 17 million viewers. So you figure Empire in one episode made almost as much as they did, had almost as many viewers as they did with all 6 episodes. So although that number was a big number for Lifetime, it really was not that great of a number. So they dropped from 4.5, 4.6 million per episode during the docuseries to they only got 10% of that, 428,000 people watched the Impact show. And then I watched a couple of videos where people are talking about it, and it seems to have been pretty uneventful. For the most part, they were just showing clips from the docuseries. I don't even think they invited any of the people to come back on the show. And just showing clips from the docuseries, clips from interviews and different things that they've done. They had some people that were supposed to be PhDs and that type of thing giving their opinion about what was being said about body language and all of this stuff. And so just really an opinion piece that they could have kept to themselves from what I'm hearing. But I did want to share that it was a flop. Nobody tuned in. And also when they actually was trying to post about it on Twitter to kind of drum up interest in it, every post that they made, every post that Soledad O'Brien made, because remember she was the hostess, people were going in and they were going in hard. They were like, they were adding videos from where YouTubers had caught the people in lies, had broken down like this is what they said. They were just in there like, we don't want to hear this crap. Y'all are railroading him. Enough is enough. We're over this. We're sick of this. And so I just thought it was really interesting that people are starting to come out and say that, we're sick of it. Like, it's too much. Stop giving these people a platform. And then, I don't know if you guys are on Instagram, but when I tell you, and I think I have told y'all before about Angelo Clary and this other guy, it's just like all these pages on Instagram, and they just be doing way, way, way too much. And it's like, oh my God. So they were like harassing this lady. It was a lady that said she was going to Chicago for R. Kelly's trial today, or for the hearing today. And so they were blasting this woman. They was calling this woman all kind of names. They were just like being so mean to her. And so she posted these videos because she was there. She posted pictures of her at Trump Tower. She went by R. Kelly's old studio, took pictures outside the studio, and then she was at the hearing today, and so she took pictures, some videos. So here's the videos here, but she seemed like a really nice lady, maybe going kind of borderline, I don't know, kind of borderline, but she loves herself some R. Kelly. But they were just like calling the lady all kind of names. They attack the twins, which I'll talk about if I decide to do some recap videos on the twins interviews. Those are the two white ladies that said that they used to work for R. Kelly. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video.
I'm on my way to the Windy City to check on our boy Kels. So I want all of y'all to send y'all prayers. And I'm going to document the whole trip because I plan to go to the studio. I'm going to go to Trump Towers, courthouse, all that. And I plan to document it to keep you guys abreast of what's going on. So say a prayer for me. Say a prayer for R. Kelly. And I will keep you guys informed. So I'm in Ohio. I'm 4 hours away. I'm starting my trip now. So I'm going to hang up so I can watch the road. And I will keep you guys abreast of everything that's going on. All right. Pray for Kels.
And so actually has several court hearings this week. So today they basically went into court to let the judge know that it's been 4 months and they still have not seen the videotape that the several of the charges against him is supposed to be. They're saying the victim is RL, which we know RL stands for Rashana Landfair, and so they're saying that they haven't seen the video yet. Now, the video came from Michael Avenatti. He allegedly gave the video to CNN. Child, we don't know if he gave them the original video from the 2008 trial or what he gave them. And guys, I am going to research this thing called deep fakes. So I've been doing a little research on it, and once I get everything together, I'll bring you a separate video. But basically, deep fakes is this technology where people can transpose other people. So say I'm sitting here doing this video, then they can go and get another YouTuber and impose or superimpose that person's face on my face. And so it looked like they're the ones that's actually doing the video. And so it's something that's been going on for quite some time now. And the technology is supposed to be so advanced that the government is now trying to come up with a way, you know, they're dumping all this money into figuring out how to tell if a deep fake video is actually being presented. And with the 2020 election coming up, they're afraid that people are going to really be putting these fake videos out there to try and sway voters. So basically, I could sit here and talk about something, right? Whatever it is that I want to talk about. And then they can go and take my words and put them into a video, say it's Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump or somebody who is actually giving a speech, and they'll take that video of them giving a speech and then put the audio on top of it to the point where they can match the movements of the mouth so that it actually looks like this is the person that's talking. So it's two ways they can impose audio into a video of an actual person, or they can take a video from an actual person and put somebody else's face on top of that. So I'm going to come back to you guys because that's really important when it comes to this R. Kelly case, because you know the video that Michael Avenatti claims that he has, that he's turned over to Kim Fox, is basically where R. Kelly and whoever the woman is in the video repeatedly, you know, say that she's 14 years old, and they're, you know, making little references and innuendo about, you know, what they're doing and what they like and all of that. So if R. Kelly's lawyer can, you know, get some specialists to come in, they pretty much can say that this is a fake video and that this video has been tampered with, because they say it is nearly impossible to be able to tell unless the person is like really an amateur. But if you have a professional who really knows how to do this, who works in the entertainment industry, and what I tell y'all about this research I've been doing, I found a website where they actually have movies, like action movies, and basically the entire movie was shot in a room in front of a green screen. So the actors that we're seeing in these movies, they're not, you know, in the desert, they're not in other countries, they're actually in a room standing in front of a green screen and doing their parts and doing their movements, and then they're actually putting the cast and the animals and the uniforms and all this different stuff that's going on in these scenes in these movies, they're then coming back putting that in later. So it is definitely possible that whatever video, if there is a video, that this video could be a deep fake video. So in court today, you know, his attorney was basically saying it's been 4 months since these charges were brought, and we have not seen this video. We want this video. And then he argued that, you know, about preserving the communications between Kim Fox and Michael Avenatti. And I know a lot of people were saying, you know, oh, we were hoping that, you know, he would go in and demand that the charges be dropped for this reason or that reason. And actually, he can't do that. What he's doing now is he's actually building the case to get to that point. So it could be months from now before he actually gets to the point where he would ask for the charges to be dropped. And so right now he's building the case, he's being patient, he's working with the judge, you know, he's not going in demanding things of the judge. And so it was a very short hearing. I think it may have lasted 15 minutes if it lasted that long. And when R. Kelly came strutting in court today, he had him a whole team of lawyers. He was like, y'all saw that video of Justice Smollett when he would roll into court, walking all big and bad and everything. Well, R. Kelly pulled one of those today, and he up to about 6-7 lawyers right now.
It's an unusual request. I think he wants us to just spell out why the state needs to produce them. They're going to produce them. We can FOIA them. We're going to get...
I'm not aware of that motion. We're scheduled at 10 o'clock.
Okay. You said it's a routine schedule.
Those motions, the motion to vacate are routinely granted if they're filed within 30 days. If we file them within 30 days, the motion is granted.
Try and stay civil suit on the criminal case.
At this point, I don't want to talk about what I'm going to do in terms of responsive pleadings after the complicated, but we'll definitely let you know.
Can you tell us a little bit about your former prosecutor,
I'm a criminal defense attorney. I do a little civil work. I've been practicing since '09, and that's about it.
The basis, sorry, do you have to get a basis for the motion to vacate, or is it just...
Well, we have to explain as to why Mr. Kelly didn't respond to the complaint, and I think we spelled it out.
Why did he?
Well, he didn't know what he was served with. He was served in jail, and he was under a lot of pressure at the time. And once the news broke that there was a default judgment, we acted right away.
You know, is he able to skip you locked up on charges?
I don't know anything about the trial support case. Thank you.
An answer by Robert that was filed. He doesn't recall having authorized anybody to file an answer. So it'll be the same thing. It's a procedural issue that you make a motion to vacate and explain to the judge why. Judges routinely want to hear cases on their merits. It's better to have a case heard on their merit rather than just a default where someone could make a motion later on. The court system is set up to allow that to take place in these matters. This is not the only thing. Nicole was bringing something up to me the other day about some other crazy things that happen we can't disclose. A lot of people like to say a lot of things about this case. So
Say a lot of things. One thing that violating the court document.
it is a very interesting thing. So we have to vet that out to find out what to do. So it's clearly not from a lawyer. It's not on letterhead. It's not captured. So it's the form of a letter, which is not usually how you find an answer. So we'll deal with it as it comes. With regard to bookings, we have 3 people now we're working with the other attorneys who's here before. We're setting up different events within the format. We did 2 things already that generated some income because there are expenses, even discovery expenses, duplication expenses, forensic stuff that was going to be involved in. So he is working. We have a bunch of stuff coming up.
We're talking concerts or like...
No, some nightclub appearances, which are always easy to do, but concerts, full-fledged concerts with other artists, just like we used to always do. Please don't allow extradition, so that might be a good thing. But we don't think there'll be a competition. Sure, Doug Anton, A-N-T-O-N. Attorney. No, just attorney. We're all attorneys working together on the case.
So he has a lady on his team, and she looked like she ain't here to play the radio.
I'm Nicole, like Heather. I was a prosecutor for approximately 18 years in Detroit and in the phone. I am part of Robert's legal team. As a former prosecutor, I am very aware of how a criminal process should occur. In other words, I'm very familiar with the investigative stage, the warrant stage. I will be handling any questions about the Detroit matter. That's all I have.
Can you tell us your first impressions of this case out here ago?
I wish I could, but I don't have any discovery.
And then it looks like Daryl may be gone, y'all. Like they may have got rid of Daryl. Daryl wasn't with the entourage today. So, everybody's speculating that Daryl has been dismissed. And it's probably for the better because one of the other things that happened with R. Kelly since my last video is that he was the Heather Williams girl. She's HW in the indictment. But her real name is Danielle, and she kind of had me confused, right? Because remember, somebody came out and said that they were at the birthday party and somebody slipped them a phone number on a card, and the mother took the phone number and the girl stole the phone number out. Then we were hearing this story about the girl who said she was walking down the street and the car pulled up and said that they wanted her to be in a music video. Okay, well, the birthday girl was Danielle Williams. The woman walking down the street that they wanted to be in this video is Heather Williams. And Danielle and Heather Williams are the same person. They are one in the same. Child, I'm just like, these people are crazy. So anyway, y'all know she had been trying to serve R. Kelly because she wanted to sue him for $50,000, which I thought was such a random number because, girl, if you get the $50,000 by the time you pay your lawyer, you only gonna have about $20,000. Once you pay your lawyer his 30%, and you pay Uncle Sam taxes on the $50,000, not the money you gonna have left, you ain't gonna have no money. So what is you suing this man for? So, child, anyway, remember she was trying to serve him. She said that she went up to the Trump Towers. The security wouldn't let her in the door. So they were like, basically, the man done been to court 2-3 times, been locked up. Why you ain't serving him in jail? Well, it turns out that when R. Kelly went to jail for the child support, that she had him served while he was in jail. Now, we don't know if they came and knocked on the door and handed him the notice through the door. We don't know if he was gathering his belongings, and as he was walking out the door, they said, oh, here, this came for you. We don't know what happened, but what we do know happened is that they had a court date, and R. Kelly didn't show up at that court date, so she automatically won a default judgment. And so after it came out in the news, you know, that she had won this default, he has an attorney, so his criminal attorney wouldn't handle this case. And so come up and say he don't know nothing about this subpoena. R. Kelly ain't tell him about no subpoena. R. Kelly say, well, they handed me a piece of paper, but I didn't know what was on the piece of paper. And I was stressed out. Y'all got me locked up. You know, I've been locked up a couple of weeks ago. Now y'all locked me up again. I didn't know how I was going to pay this child support. Thank God somebody came through, paid child support so I could get out. I wasn't thinking about that piece of paper that they gave me. So now, you know, they went before the judge and told the judge, you know, what happened, you know, why he wasn't, he didn't appear in court. And so now tomorrow, May 8th, so today's the 7th, May 8th, he has 2 hearings. One hearing is with child support, and he's basically going in to ask them to please reduce the child support because I am not working, I'm not making any money, I cannot pay this child support, this $20,000. And so I looked it up, and in the state of Illinois, you pay child support until the child turns 18. If the child turns 18 before they graduate from high school, then you could be asked to pay the child support until their 19th birthday. But in any event, R. Kelly's 2 oldest children, I believe, are 19 and 21, so he shouldn't be paying child support for those 2 kids, and that's the 2 girls. And then the youngest one is the Robert Kelly Jr., and he is 17. He'll be 18 this year. I don't know when his birthday is. So if his birthday has already come, he's 18. If his birthday is later on in the year, he will be turning 18. But in any event, he either, if he turns 18 after school gets out, then R. Kelly should be pretty much done with paying child support. And if he turns 18, or do I have it vice versa? All I know is that within the next year, he should be through paying for the boy. Because now I'm thinking if they turn, okay, if he turns 18 after he graduates from high school, then it cuts off on his 18th birthday. Yeah, I was right. And if he turns 18 while he's still in high school, then they can extend it for another year to make sure it covers, you know, until the child gets out of school. So I'm thinking if the 22 or however many $1,000 it was for all 3 kids, divide that up, they should be dropping about $14,000-$15,000 off that monthly child support, and Drea should only be getting about $7,000 for the one child. But we'll see. And then he is allegedly behind on, so they paid the $161,000 to get him out of jail for the child support when he got arrested. But then they're saying that he didn't pay March and he hasn't paid April. And so he's currently 2 months behind. So he could be arrested if he doesn't pay the back child support. And this is coming from TMZ, so we don't know how reliable this information is. And you guys know I did the video, trust me, I'm lying. And if you are not clear on how these news people or these bloggers operate, I break it down for you on how these stories come out, how they're planted on a no-name, nobody knows a blog, and then the bigger blogs pick that up and use the smaller blog as the source. But anybody could be out there blogging. I could create a blog and just be making up stuff all day long, and then the bigger blogs will pick that up, and then all of a sudden I'm the source for all of their information. But check that out. It's in the R series, and it's called Trust Me, I'm Lying, and I break all that down. So anyway, R. Kelly goes to court tomorrow morning for the child support, to try and get the child support reduced, and then hopefully he doesn't get locked up again. Hopefully he has the money to pay the back payments or whatever. Then after that, he goes before the judge in this Danielle Heather Williams situation. And so I was thinking, when he didn't go to court, when he didn't show up, I was thinking it was a strategic move, because I'm thinking, okay, she still has to give her testimony before the judge so that the judge could determine how much money she would get, what the settlement would be. And so I was thinking, okay, well, they get her to go to court, they get it on the record, what her testimony is, and then they could use that information when they actually go to trial. But like I say, they came out and said that they had no idea about this. And then also her attorney, so even though they got the default judgment and all that, why is her attorney still contacting R. Kelly's attorney saying, now we'll settle if you want to settle? So this whole thing is going to be real interesting. But either way, whether she's in there by herself or whether R. Kelly and his attorney is in there when she's giving her testimony before the judge, we are going to find out what her story is, what her evidence is, what proof she has that any of this actually happened. What else? So those are the two hearings that he has. Oh, and then TMZ, once again, we don't know how reliable this information is, but TMZ came out this afternoon and said that a grand jury is supposedly convening at the end of May to hear testimony on what's supposed to be sex trafficking allegations against him. As R. Kelly battles one indictment, he could be staring down a brand new one. A grand jury is set to hear evidence related to sex trafficking claims against the disgraced singer, TMZ has learned. Law enforcement sources tell us that federal prosecutors from the Northern District of Illinois will convene a grand jury later this month and offer up witness testimony detailing how Kelly allegedly bought plane tickets and set up hotel rooms for underage girls. We're told prosecutors will also present emails and text messages that show the coordination of Kelly's team used to set up the travel. Additionally, physical evidence will be presented, which our sources say will include semen-stained clothing. Now, so the Lanita Carter girl got some semen-stained clothing, Geronda got some semen-stained clothing, and now whatever going on in this trial, because we know this is the Clarys, okay, because we already talked about this. So my thing is Kim Fox handing out the man DNA? Like, what is going, like, where is all these people getting all this semen stained clothing from? Like, is it somebody that was in that house when they were in Atlanta who was collecting condoms? Like, what in the world is going on that all these people suddenly got these semen-stained clothing? But it says, as we first reported, the Illinois case is completely separate from two other probes currently underway with feds in New York. So Kelly's mountain of legal trouble could be growing exponentially. We reached out to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Illinois, but their spokesman declined to comment. Now, so far, TMZ is the only one that's reporting this. So we'll see where it goes. But now you guys remember, so we know it's the Clarys that's behind this because, you know, they're the ones that came up with the plane ticket. And I'm going to repost this information in this video. Because remember, they were claiming that R. Kelly had bought this ticket from Phoenix to Orlando in 2015, and this was supposed to be proof that you know, he was sleeping with their daughter or whatever. And then I showed you guys that R. Kelly actually performed in Funk Fest in I think it's in Palm Springs or somewhere, but it was in California. And this plane ticket was actually like the Monday after he performed. He performed that Friday night. This plane ticket, I believe, was for that Monday. And I was asking you guys in that video where I talked about that, why would he have been flying her to Orlando when she actually lives like in the Orlando, Polk County area? Why would he have been flying her home? And then where is the ticket where she flew from home to California for this concert? And I need to go back and research, because now I'm trying to figure out, remember the mom, and I'm going to, you know, actually I'm going to drop in another video because I ain't got time to look it up and download the video. But actually there's a video where the mom, where Azriel's mom was interviewed by our local television station. And in that video, she talks about Azriel was feeling down because of the breakup with the boyfriend, and how they got her tickets to go to this concert to see R. Kelly. And then now they're coming out saying, oh, well, we didn't send her to an R. Kelly concert. We sent her to a music festival. And then, so R. Kelly was performing in California. And then that following weekend, the concert was in Orlando. The same Funk Fest concert was in Orlando. And so I'm like, but the plane ticket was that Monday, but it was bringing her back to Orlando. And I'm just like, child, this is so crazy. And so to prove this whole Mann Act, which is what they're trying to charge him with, and that's traveling, a minor traveling over state lines for the purpose of having sex. And so in order to prove that, they would have to prove that she had sex. So I'm thinking, so is Azriel going to have to testify? Like, will she go before the grand jury to say that this is not true, that my parents are making this up? And where is the semen coming from, y'all, that's on all these shirts that all these people been holding on to for years and years? I just don't get it. And then one other thing, I believe that R. Kelly's Facebook page has been hacked. There is a Facebook page called Play R. Kelly, and so they had posted, you know, about how they were loving these fun posts that he was making. So I go to the page and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't think he is posting that. And so I was telling him, I said, I think that somebody has hacked his account. And then somebody else had posted this screenshot showing all these different people that allegedly were managing this account. And one person was from Pakistan and another person was from India. And so I was like, okay, why would he have somebody from Pakistan and India running his Facebook page? And so I told him, you know, the post, I said, you know, I really think that his account has been hacked. I said, and because also it just doesn't fit in how his pages have been running. And usually whatever he posts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And this crap that's being shared on his page isn't on the Twitter account and it's not on the Instagram. And so I went back to check, and looks like they finally figured out that it has been hacked, because all of those posts had been deleted except for one of them, and it's still out there. But just crazy, stupid stuff. And people just, like, hundreds of people are liking and commenting on the doggone post. Like, And I said, okay, this is going to be dangerous because it's already starting out stupid. And then they got y'all believing that this is really R. Kelly posted this stuff. And then they're going to start posting some real ratchet stuff on there, you know, just trying to set him up. And I'm just like, people, y'all got too much doggone time on y'all hands to be doing this silly stuff. Like, just too crazy. So, guys, before I go, there is a YouTuber by the name of FaZe the Next Level. I love her channel. She has been interviewing people that are close to R. Kelly that is, you know, say that they have worked with him before. And as much as I'm enjoying the support in the videos, y'all know how my analytical mind be operating, and so I've been finding some discrepancies in some of these statements. So y'all let me know, do you want me to critique or do a review on these videos from these people on FaZe's The Next Level, and just kind of point out some of the things that will highlight some of the things that they're saying, and then actually address some of the things that in my mind just isn't adding up or making sense. Let me know in the comments. So guys, that's it for me. I am going to do a couple of more videos, and so if I forgot something in this video, I'll add it in another video. Go ahead, leave your comments below, rate the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye bye.